Hey there YouTube, I'm Ikitsu, this is Ikitsu Times. Welcome to my channel, welcome back to a little bit of Pathfinder Kingmaker. So yeah, like I said, we've started just before we get attacked by a whole bunch of bandits. And this is a fight where we just have a bunch of RNG that's going to go off one way or another. So this initial shot here, those initial traps triggered. Unfortunately, we didn't get the best possible result, but rarely do we get the best possible result. Now, we have to protect Boken over here, because he can die, but Oleg over here is going to be perfectly reasonable, just keep him as is. Lindsay over here, we're going to go ahead and start up Bardic Music. We want to have our bear and our other guy getting ready to go ahead and start attacking the ranged dudes pretty soon here, and we're going to have Valerie and Smilodon working on getting towards somewhere where they can deal with some other stuff. This guy should be running into a trap there. And we'll see if I can fire at this guy before he gets there. I like that alright, well, whatever. Let's go ahead and start charging in with our ranged, or against the ranged attackers. Hopefully that will be fine. Okay, so that guy got owned, that's fine. We just don't want them doing anything to Boken here for a little bit, because it is possible for them to kill him. And he'll be permanently dead, so don't want that happening. Amiri, I think we gave you a potentially other weapon out. Looks like I forgot to, but I'm gonna go ahead and charge here. Could have sworn I did that. Maybe I forgot to save at the right time or something like that. Anyway. Okay, so we sliced through these guys okay, except for that they took out my smiley.
I'll survive. I always survive.
Okay, so Valerie needs to start moving up again.
I can't last up much longer.
Alright, so still fighting defensively,
Do
so that's
not
good.
hurt.
Just getting screamed at if I was not
This was not part of the
I take
plan.
an arrow at the last second, but it doesn't kill me, thankfully. Alright, so who's alive? Everyone's alive? Good, good, good. This is all fine then. This is a fight where very much, like, it depends
In
on
due time.
how effective your composition is going to be with this kind of pressure. Like, this, if you can pass this one, you'll probably be fine for most of the rest of the game if you want to be. There is another fight that's going to be a little bit tricky. But that's mostly because we're going to be doing some weird stuff there. And then there's going to be one more fight after that that's kind of tricky, but we should have actually no major problems getting through it. That is, the next fight where we get Jathal is going to be hard, and then there's going to be another fight where we get through the Technic mages, and that's going to be also fairly hard. So let's go ahead and drop a save here. So what we want to do is potentially pass a high perception check, and then we also have to roll high on a disabled device check or a trickery check on a lock. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to try the perception check, run past it. If I fail, that's fine, but if we can pass that one and then get through the second one, if we can't get the second one, the chest, then that's going to be fine. So there's a perception check over here. That's kind of hard to make, and we get two chances at trickery here, so
I'm listening.
if we can't succeed at this, then
No
we're going to
mistakes.
re-roll the perception as well.
A trivial matter.
Nope, looks like we got through there in one go. Did I get through there in one or two? I got through there in one, okay. There's a bunch of other stuff over here, though. So, yeah. The other one just has like 210 gold in it, which is really quite useful this early in the game, but there's lots of reasons why that's going to be a bit tricky to get, so I'm just not going to worry about it too much. I think I did have a weird save. Alright. Let's give you that. Let's give you this. And we get some new items. The Explorer's Belt. This is good on a couple people. It's going to be best on our tank that's going to be in the front lines getting killed. Plus Signet, I think, is also good on her. We're going to go ahead and give the Cloak of Resistance to her. Making sure that Valerie is tough and can take some hits is going to be very, very important for her. But that's just because of the way that we want her to be tanking. So, for us, this is all fine for now. Could equip the one to Magic Missile, I don't really care that much. I think that's technically all the items. Problem with this thing is, this only has one use, and all it does is provide you a +1 morale bonus, so I think the better thing to do is just keep it around. Also, as long as it's sort of around, you can technically, like, it'll be in the base for some reason. I don't know if there's another thing about it, but it's basically like an Easter egg. I don't think it's actually supposed to be useful. Anyhow, let's go to sleep. And at this point in time, we get dialogue with this nymph. Now, the thing about nymphs and all fairies in D&D and Pathfinder is that you should never trust them.
Can you hear me?
It doesn't matter how nice they seem,
Please.
they're all complete assholes. Now, that doesn't mean you can't work alongside them for a while, and with this case, like, that seems to be the case. Like, she's willing to legitimately help us. Pretty sure she's up to something, because all fairies are always up to something.
Who am I?
What do you want from me?
Aid.
The other thing that's really nice is that this person gives us a bunch of experience points. If I got the right settings for experience points, at least. Seems fine.
And long have I searched for... Yes.
How can I help you? Gain 270 experience points? Lovely.
Shrouds in tanks. I don't believe...
Alright, so, after that, we get
All
healed
according
up.
to plan.
We're all ready to go, we're ready to roll. We've got a decent amount of experience points. We only have a little bit left to go before our next level. And we're going to go ahead and talk to Svetlana here, because she has a quest for us. What do you want to ask me? So there's a whole bunch of stuff here that you can sort of get through the wiki or whatever, but I'll summarize what people are saying. I won't, like, read everything necessarily. So Svetlana is basically sending us on a quest to go retrieve her wedding ring from Kressel, basically, who we're not supposed to kill. She's asking us not to kill that person. I'd be happy to help Svetlana. She doesn't explain why at this point in time. Then there's some stuff about, like, the Stag Lord. There's nothing really that interesting about what they're saying there. So then we talk to Norel 8 Eyes. She's going to tell you why the system is called Pathfinder, basically. But more importantly, like, she just gives you a whole bunch of, like, information there. Talks a little bit about her previous life as a Pathfinder and about some sort of inventory stuff there. I think it could come in useful later, but I'm not going to remember it regardless, so yeah. Alright, I have to go. So basically, every character has, like, this huge dialogue tree. I'll deal with some of them later, but
in due time.
I don't really want to talk that much with everybody just yet. So we do have the ability to talk to Oleg over here. Show me your wares, Oleg. Yeah, again, this is all stuff like in wiki articles and stuff like that. They do tell us a little bit about the Stag Lord in particular, but he's basically just an angry bandit sort of person that, like, kills people. There's nothing too special about him, really, at the end of the day. Let's go ahead and offer all this. Even though we stole most of this from here. I could get rid of these flasks of acid. I don't really need them. There's going to be a later time where people are like, but you need acid. By then I've got acid splash. Like, I'm a wizard conjurer, so, like, I really don't need acid from items. So that gives us another 545 gold, so we've got a decent amount there, and we can use that to buy some stuff. In particular, I'm interested in picking up the full plate armor for Valerie. It's hard to actually get full plate from just random drops, so it is a good idea to actually buy it. And then we're also going to go ahead and buy a Master Crafted Bardish, which is my preferred weapon for a Miri for quite some time. So, Mastercraft version means that she's got +1 to hit with it, but in actuality she's got +2 to hit, because her current weapon's already enchanted, but it gives her a -2 penalty. So, pluses and minuses. Alright. Then we chuck that armor onto her, and we've got some stuff that we can go ahead and sell to Oleg. So we'll sell this armor. I'll keep the sword, I think. The reason is that we're going to be getting Jaethal pretty soon, and she can use that. We'll also have, like, 2 composite longbows that we'll keep for Amiri and Jaethal. I don't actually like having this on my toolbar here, actually, now that I look at it. Let's go ahead and remove that. Put that up there again. The reason I don't like having it there is in case I accidentally use it. And I kind of want to just keep that as a sort of memento of something. I have no idea what. Alright, there's also a quest from Boken over here. Basically, he's looking for moon radishes for drugs, and he's also looking for berries to eat, because he's a very, very fussy eater. So he sent us off to go and do that for him. Alright, I'll try to help. He's an alchemist, blah, blah, blah. Sure, cool.
As it should be.
So, we don't want to do that quest anytime soon. It's a little bit tricky to do that quest, so we're going to ignore it. Going to drop Lindsay out of our party. We want these three to gain all of our experience points. And we're going to go ahead south. Now, what we have to do here is create a save, and I have to actually potentially make it into a hard save just in case, but we're trying to pass perception checks on the overworld map. We'll go through a quest here first, where we are invariably going to encounter an old man on the road here, and I'll again summarize what he's saying here. There's a mysterious fog that has sort of descended over this place that is the sort of cause of the Stag Lord is somehow at fault with that. He can sort of see through the fog, but he kind of can't. It stops him from moving. But more importantly, he tells us where Tartusio is, and that he's looking for an artifact. And he gives us a bunch of experience points, so... After that, we continue on our way. So
In
nothing
due
too special
time.
there. I'm going to actually change our formation up a little bit here. So we can actually have our front line be these three, and then have, like, Amiri right behind them, because, actually, I want to be further back everything here. So we can have, like, this kind of formation, I think. So Valerie, technically, I think, has the highest armor class right now. I believe that's the case. 25, and she's fighting defensively, so she's got 27. This one with upgrades or with buffs has 24, and you with buffs have 22. So, yeah, Valerie's the one that we want tanking the hits for right now, even though she dies pretty quickly, and actually dies. We're going to go ahead and throw down a real save here, because we have to find these map locations. We can't really sort of putz around and end up not having them. Because these are where we're going to gain a bunch of experience points before we go and talk to Tartusio. Because there's only a limited set of encounters that I'm actually allowed to go into before I encounter Tartusio, unless I don't want to get Jaethal. So it's a really weird system of priorities where different things activate or deactivate depending on who you've talked to. Okay, so I'm trying to remember... I don't think I cut across here. I think I cut across the next one. That feels wrong. That's this one. There, Waterlogged Lowland. This is one of the ones that we want to do. I could do this first, potentially, but I think that I'd be better off doing Ratnook Hill first, because then we'll have a level and it'll be a little bit easier, but we could give this a try. So for this one, what we're going to do is go main menu. Actually, no, shit, I forgot to do something first. Well, this is going to make it slightly annoying, but this is actually a series of really hard skill checks, basically. So we hit continue here. But we can get a lot of experience points from this. We'll actually, I think, level if we do this. So what we do first of all is we remove all of your armor and all of your armor. And all of my armor, which we're already done. So, cool. Enter into the Waterlogged Lowlands, and we determine that we should explore it. So going through it, there's this sort of area that turns into a swampy area with a massive cursed tree in the middle. There's a bunch of like strange hills that turn out to be houses in the midst of it that we can go and explore, and there's sort of bogans that are in there. So we have to pass this lore nature check, which is hard because it's a lore 15. And we failed it, so yeah, now we have to try over again. So we can try this one and then gain some experience points, but we deem it better, blah blah blah, come back later, and we just load again. And we just keep doing this until we've successfully gotten through this place with all the skill checks. And basically what we're doing as we go through there, someone gets stuck in the bog, basically. We could also just, you know, we examine the surrounding area. It doesn't change this at all, really. We can also just move forward. This is because we have a rope. So, yeah. This is why we remove the armor, is because this athletics check is easier if we've got access to, if we don't have the armor on. This is why I should have saved in a different spot. Yeah, so let's go ahead and load game again. And each of these skill checks that we pass is going to be worth like a couple hundred experience, or like worth 100 experience points or whatever the hell, which is a pretty good amount. Okay. I'm just going to do this. Cancel main menu. Now, if you could use assist checks, masterwork items, and take 10s, we could probably get through this whole thing without rolling any dice with the DCs that they list. The fact that they lie about the DCs is another factor, and the fact that, like, you know, some of them would probably be unknown to the player, of course. That's sort of different there. God, I've lost that rope every time. Alright, failed, failed, failed. Okay, cool. Now, our odds of actually getting through this with all successes is very low. But, well, not very low, it's relatively low. But, like, we should actually have, for example, a fairly decent chance overall if we take enough time. So, I'm going to spend my time doing this. I've lost that rope every single time. But, like, yeah, like, we can get a little bit of experience points there, we can get a little point of experience points here, and you can get some items, and at the end of it, you can get an item that, or there's a thing at the end that gives you, like, 1,084 experience points. It's ridiculous how much experience you get for it. Divided up 3 ways, it's enough to, like, level our party. So anyway, I'll be back once we've rolled a whole ton of dice. Okay, and we're back. So like I said, that one, you just roll dice a ton and get through it eventually. Excuse me. But yeah, it is, like I said, a ton of experience points that you get for doing that. And if you pass the Lost Fortitude save, we get 1,000 experience and a ruby. It's enough to get us to the level, and that's really significant. So at level 3, we're going to go ahead and take more of the same sort of stuff that we've been taking. We have to take Mobility, Trickery, Arcana. We still have 2 skill points left, so I can throw them into these 2 spots here, which is pretty good. Alright, so we go ahead forward with that, and we have to take Accomplished Sneak Attacker if we want to take our Prestige class in time. So Accomplished Sneak Attacker gives us an extra d6 dice of damage, and we get another couple of spells here. So I think it's worth taking True Strike just because we want to have that very, very late in the game. Might as well have that at our disposal now. And for other stuff that we might want to have access to, it really doesn't matter for the last little bits here, honestly. There's nothing, I think, that's super important. I think that I might as well take access to Vanish, even though I don't necessarily think I'm likely to cast that. We use that from potions usually for cheese reasons, but I'll show you guys that later. So for Valerie, we're going to go ahead and go Sorcerer again, and this is going to level up her Animal Companion. And we've got a couple options here, but what we kind of want to do and what we want to aim for with her is to go through the progression feats to get to Crane Stance. That makes her a lot stronger at a lot of things there. So we're going to probably do that second. We want to actually take Boon Companion first, because it just gives us a little bit more power right away. And I think that even though it's not necessarily as good, it's perfectly fine for this level. So we're going to go ahead and take that. Complete. So mobility, we're at 3 ranks now, so we get +3 from fighting defensively instead of the normal amount there. For Amiri, we're going to go Inquisitor straight up to level 6 at the very least, and we'll probably go even further than that. So second level of this here, all we get is the Cunning Initiative bonus, which is a little bit of a bonus to initiatives there, nothing too special. Gonna go ahead and level up the stuff that we've already got going on here. And I don't need more Lore Religion. We sort of used that to get through the one place that we were going to use that in. After that, we're going to start working on Persuasion. The reason we're going to do this is for intimidation checks, so that we can use, like, Corn Gun Smash, which, you know, should be good. Boon Companion as well. Gonna make it so that her companion is also better. Gonna get Cure Light Wounds, just because that'll make it so that we can refill on our spells, or on our hit points after the day. And we're gonna go ahead and create a save here. As I just die a little bit. So anyway, if we get through Ratnik Hill, we should have enough experience points to be like a quarter of the way maybe to level 4, hopefully. Alright, so we're not actually going to enter Nils Crossing, and I'm actually going to be a little bit worried here, but... Okay, so we go across here, and that's where we're going to actually find the thing, so... Just gonna do one real quick thing here. You want to change your saves into hard saves, like you want to go into your save file and extract it. Oops. Hopefully that didn't do anything weird. Probably did, but, you know, whatever. That looks fine, that looks fine. Okay. yeah, so just in case we like have that really bad luck thing of we both miss the thing on our perception check as we travel across here, as well as we fail as we get in a random encounter, which creates a save automatically. So we found Riverine Rise, which is good. We're going to use that as well, but we don't need there just yet. So again, same sort of thing here. Drop a quick save. Now we can't go into the Ancient Sycamore. I'm pretty sure I can walk past it though without any trouble. But don't quote me on that. That sort of slow panning across the like text there, where the buttons, you have to sort of like click the buttons as they move, hit a moving target sort of thing. Kind of annoying. All right, Ratnook Hill. So this place is awful, but we're going to have some interesting stuff going on. You can also take a look at what like level 3 Boon Companion combo does for our animal companions here, because they are also going to be a lot better. So plus 10 hit on our leopard, which is really, really high. Damage is a little bit higher because his strength has gone up to 14. So his primary attack does d4 plus 3. Secondaries do d3 plus 3, which is really, really good considering plus 10 to hit, plus 12 with flanking. Like, it's kind of ridiculous how high that is. 22 armor class there. Smilodon here, by contrast, plus 4 to hit. This is what I'm saying. Like, Smilodons are horribly overrated, right? Like, people say that the 5 attacks just makes this thing really, really powerful. It needs to have those teamwork feats to keep up, because right now the leopard is kicking his ass. So that's lovely there. If we check the character thing, we can also check the perception here. The stealth is actually also really high on this fellow here. Plus 6, I guess. Oh yeah, plus 4 from size as well. He's going to lose that though, unfortunately. I wish he could keep the size like as it is. Plus 7 perception, we got plus 9 over here. So we got some good perception checks here. Oh yeah, also this guy's got power attack now. I'm gonna disable that. What did you get for a feat? Weapon finesse and dodge. Okay. So dodge, power attack. So weapon finesse is what happened. Were you using strength before? When did you? I think dodge came this level. Something happened that's weird. I don't know. Either way, let's not worry about it too much, I guess. So this place is awful. There's a shit ton of traps, and they will murder you. But
all according to plan.
Because they will one-shot kill you, you have to have like hard saves prior to coming in here, sort of thing. So let's just get you guys to let's get the squad, the trap finding squad, to sort of head up here. And if we can't see them, we have to sort of go back and redo this whole thing. Great. So we found a trap. So that means I have to go up there
in due time
and disable the trap. Now, if I want to do this sort of the honest way, I would honestly have to use the bit of luck there just to think that I have a chance of getting through this alive. But save before you do this, back up your save. Die in real life. Okay. So, yeah, once we're done dying in real life, let's just... Ah, shit. Okay, well, disable trap doesn't get disabled by like this.
It is finished.
So yeah, 336 experience points for disabling that trap. Now, I have to wait out this weather before we continue this, because it's giving me a -6 on perception check, which means I'm not going to find the traps. The DC is actually quite high. If we take a look at the Smilodon perception check here, it's a DC of 25. We got a +8. We're seeing these because we got 3 people making the roll, which means that we're likely to succeed just through sheer numbers of 3 people making the roll. But if I've got +2, that means on a natural 20 I fail. So basically impossible for me to succeed here. Yeah, let's just do a quick check here though. We are 259 experience past level 3, and again, so this place is really boring anyway, and I'm dying in real life. So I'm gonna skip past this. I will get back to you guys once we've gotten through all this, I guess, or something. Okay, cool, and we're back. So basically, like almost 1,000 experience points just for doing that. Definitely worth doing when there's less of you in the party.
In due time.
If you're the sort of person where like you don't like any of these people, you can get a ton of experience for yourself doing this. So definitely worth clearing out there. So the next place that we have to go here for some experience points. Now, if we could, I would part of me wants to go to Riverine Rise and get the stuff from there. That would be potentially a little bit extreme in terms of like time sink, but maybe I'll commit to it.
Tire.
Would you like to begin resting? I guess we're gonna have to rest here. Let's go ahead and set it up so I'm doing camp camouflage instead of whatever the hell else I was doing, because that's a lot more important. I've got lots of dummy saves just like
so
before
much,
this, so...
And always by yourself. Aren't you tired of doing the same lunges over and over again? How about we work together?
Fine, why not? But it won't replace my practice. For me, the most important asset in battle is discipline, self-control, and iron will.
That's assets, plural. Valerie. Alright, well, whatever. Let's see if we get attacked by wolves. Nope, no getting attacked by whatever the hell's today. Okay. So this is going to be a fairly extreme case of cheese, and I'm not going to show you guys the whole process here because this is going to take me hours. But this thing's worth like a couple hundred experience points, so he's literally worth like probably similar amount to like all of those stupid like if I combined every single one of those things together that we just did, we'd probably get one large water elemental. So this thing is possible for me to kill for a couple of reasons really, but we're gonna have our team run all the way up here into this little corner like cowards, and then we're just going to like hold position. Then we're going to take myself, and we're going to run on down there with my heavy crossbow, which has a low chance to hit, and also has got a high chance of it all getting DR'd, because this guy's got DR 10. But we do actually have a chance of dealing a bit of damage to this guy on every single shot that we do.
This should do it. Enemy approaching.
So this one's a miss, so we can look what his armor class is. But while that's happening, let's just, oh yeah, we missed. It's got an armor class 21 while flat-footed, so I hit him on a 16, so a 25% chance of hitting. Now the thing is, this fella here has got, he's got a ton of, like, additional bullshit going on for him. Let's just double-check something real quick. I'm 99% sure that, like, yeah, you've got +3, so I'd have to roll an 18. But yeah, like, he DRs 5 of the damage, so whatever I do 5 less. He's also immune to criticals, he's immune to sneak attack, which means that I can't get all that extra damage that I have due to sneak attack against this guy. So we just
a calculated risk. We will be victorious.
With this, deal 0 damage because we miss. So I'll show you the other thing that we can do here. You know, technically speaking, a large water elemental is fairly high CR. I think it's like a CR 6, and we're like half level 3 party. So, half size level 3 party.
All according to plan.
So basically we get owned. Alright, so let's activate this. Show you guys this thing.
They'll never see me coming.
So this has some benefits.
Will hurt. Our victory is
we still
certain.
Missed, but if we look at his armor class versus this, his armor class is only 13, so we're much more likely to hit. There is, however, a heavy downside to this, and that'll show up if we do hit the damn thing. But it's not so bad as you would think, all things considered. Oh, it is. He almost got here.
Follow my lead.
Lord knows that Smilodon isn't going to deal any damage to this thing, and Leopard can't do any damage because he DRs all of it, but...
They'll never see me coming.
Alright, so... I want to get just barely within range for this thing.
Let's try this way. Enemy approaching.
Okay, so we've hit. Finally.
Ready
so normally
for anything.
when I'm using like acid splash or whatever, yeah, we deal 1 damage. So the damage for this is D3. So the maximum damage we can deal is 3, and the average damage that we'll do is 2. So if I use the regular crossbow, our average damage is half, however. It's just that it potentially could go up a lot higher. It also could do 0, like, half the time. So, you know, that's lovely. But, strictly speaking, this is a little bit better and a little bit faster than using the crossbow, I think. Now, we also have the acid darts, but I've only got 8 of them. They only deal D6 plus 1.
They'll never see me coming.
So if I want to really... I think the fastest way to do this, technically speaking, is to switch it so that I'm using the acid darts. And what we do is we save before every single shot. and we reroll until we get maximum damage. So that way I get 7 times 8 damage off of those, which is still not an amazing amount of damage there. That's 56 damage, and this guy's got 116 hit points or something like that. So, like I said, we can do this, and we can be here like for hours. Yeah, this is something that you can do.
This
if you
should
want to.
do it.
Now, strictly
Enemy
speaking,
approaching.
pretty easy for us to hit with this thing. It's the d6 damage plus 1 that can really suck. So that dealt 5. That's not bad. I think one of the things that I can technically do, though, is leave the map, and he doesn't, as far as I know, recover hit points if I leave the map. So we'll try and do some experiments with that, perhaps. Why don't we learn? So we're going to go ahead and wait till he goes back. The reason that we want to wait for him to go back is if I don't, then his reset position is actually over here, and that would be catastrophic. So we wait for a while. In fact, we're going to visually confirm that he's made it back to his initial spot there. I think he's actually worth more than like a couple hundred experience points. I think he's more than the trap, but not much. Okay. So we should have like a tiny sliver off of his health bar. We're going to go ahead and save here. And what I can potentially do is just throw out all of my acid darts here, do some other things, come back here, throw all my acid darts in him, do some other things, come back here, throw all my acid darts, and potentially have him killed by then, which would be useful. It's a chunk of experience points, and that's sort of what we're after, while we're still as small of a party as is possible. Okay, so we got our save here, and this is going to be the last thing I do for this episode. The other thing I've got is I've got that partly used wand of... oh, interesting. Yeah, we've also got this partly used up wand of magic missile. And the thing is, a partly used up wand of magic missile is worth a decent amount of damage as well. And I technically also have Valerie, who has, I believe, magic missile. Did she learn magic missile yet, actually? I can't remember if I taught her that or shield.
I am your shield.
No, I taught her shield. Damn it, okay.
All according to plan.
We'll find out a thing. We'll learn together. I've never actually bothered doing this at this point. I always wait till I've got Acid Arrow and the Metamagic Rod of Extend, because if you have that combination, killing this guy's actually a breeze, because you can deal, like, if you have the extended Acid Arrow, you can deal, like, 30 damage per Acid Arrow. Average damage is, like, 20-something. It's pretty easy to deal that much. Okay.
This should do it.
So we'll see his health bar for a second here. And yeah, there's a chip gone from his health bar. So what we want to do here is just literally hit him with all of our acid arrows and then leave. I've got a scroll of magic missile. How much magic missile damage potential do I actually have, I wonder? Because if it's enough, maybe we'll do this here. That's close. I'm going to move you guys even further up to this corner here.
Focus on the goal.
Alright, so, wand magic missile. There's 11 in there, so the damage in that is 3.5 per magic missile. So, 35, 38.5. It's quite a bit, actually.
Coming.
Combine that with all the damage we're getting from these acid darts.
That's not far. A calculated risk.
It's still, like,
we will be
as much
victorious.
as 2 acid arrows. I forgot. I need to not miss with any of these. Alright, we'll do this way. So anyway, that now that we've learned a thing, now that we've learned that, I think we're going to call this an episode. So we've managed to accomplish a lot of random crap here. None of it's necessarily that worthwhile, it's just that it gets us experience points. We could also grab Lindsay and try to clear out the first part of the spider cave. I think we've got actually a decent setup of things for that to happen. Not too sure about that one, but all we have to do is kill the first, like, 8 spiders, and after we've done that,
all according
I make
to
it sound
plan.
easy. Yeah, just kill the first 8 spiders, who are absolutely ridiculous. And once
Ready
you've done
for
that,
anything.
you'll be able to sort of clear out the rest of the Fangberry cave really, really easily. Because the swarms are easy to kill once you sort of know that they're there and what they're about, and that you've got, like, your spells correctly prepared. And doing that could get us another decent chunk of experience points without us having to go any further, without us having to get Jaethal, for example. So that would potentially be really, really good. But in any event, yeah, that's going to be our episode for today. Hope you found this one enjoyable, and of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time.